We had to talk about the landscape at 140 pounds. 140 pounds is hot right now. There's a lot of moving parts, not just something you could just look at and say, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. No one knows for sure what the hell's going to happen. No one knows how the hell's going to play out, but you have a lot of talent, you have a lot of guys, and they're all spread out, and one move is going to domino affect the other, and that's what happened today. Ryan Garcia said he no longer is interested in fighting Devin Haney. He wants to fight Romero. Now, Ryan Garcia, however smart you think he is or however dumb you think he is, there's one thing that could get a dumb person to make great decisions and advance them really far, right? And this could get them past even a smart person. So it doesn't really matter what you think he is. But if he listens to the right person, he listens to the right people, you can advance in life very, very far. And if he's listening to Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather, who is one of the best boxing minds we have ever seen, he might be the greatest fighter we've ever seen, but he's for sure the greatest boxing mind I've ever seen that actually fought in the ring. And if he says to Floyd Mayweather, who's probably told him, why would you fight Devin Haney, who is possibly the toughest match you could possibly get out there. It's not even the biggest fight possible for you. If it happens right now, it's not even going to be worth what it could be worth. And if it happens right now, it's going to be under a DAZN brand, right, under DAZN promotion, who doesn't do the best pay-per-views. And you're going to make all your money off the pay-per-view sales. That fight could be bigger. Why would you do that right now? So Ryan Garcia is going to wants to fight Romero. Now that's interesting, right? That's a fight that makes a lot of sense. He's going to Romero's going to talk a lot of trash. He's a Mayorga of this era. He's going to build up the fight, and he's a fight that is very winnable, it appears, for Ryan Garcia, right? I would assume that it's a very winnable fight for him. But the problem is, De La Hoya probably doesn't want that. Golden Boy probably doesn't want that fight because that's a fight that they might have less control over. Now, they seem to really want Devin Haney fight. I never bought that they wanted Devin Haney fight. They didn't sign all these guys to 140 pounds for them to send Ryan anywhere to fight Devin Haney or take a chance to lose Ryan another fight where he might lose devastating to Devin Haney. They were never going to do that. They have Jose Ramirez, they have Barbosa. Now, Ryan probably has no interest in fighting those guys. But if he's under the brand of Golden Boy and he has to fight what they can present to him, those fights do make a lot of sense, right? A fight with Jose Ramirez adds a lot of credibility, and that's the one thing that Ryan is kind of lacking. He needs credibility. I really like Ryan Garcia's talents. I think he's one of the most talented guys, but is he the most technical guy? No. So when you see him fight, you do see these major flaws. Now, unless he's proving his talents against high-level fighters, no one's going to buy into him. So it lacks credibility. Now, would a world title against Romero get him credibility? I don't really think so. I think it gets him a lot of money. I think it maybe builds even his fame a little bit more, right? And maybe gets him in the driver's seat against a lot of these matchups. Now, if he doesn't want to go that route, he might be sitting for a little bit. Now, the issue of what he did today was Devin Haney is now in a position where he does not have an opponent. Now, I believe that they were positioning Devin Haney with the backup plan in case this happened. That's Sandor Martin, and that's in Saudi Arabia. I believe that Bill Haney is very smart when it comes to matching him and going to the next step and thinking ahead of what they're going to do. They truly believe in Devin Haney so they can plan far ahead and get a map laid out so where they know where he can go with his career. So he goes to fight Sandor Martin. But what's after that? That'll be his last matchroom fight, which they had pretty much kind of the rights of his next fight. Good payday against maybe not the highest risk of opponent, right? Then where does he go from there? If Ryan Garcia is not a possibility, and I don't believe he's going to be a possibility this year, then you go to Teofimo, who's going to be fighting Jermaine Ortiz. Now, not exactly the easiest fight, but it is a fight that should be favored to win the fight. Now, I believe he's going to get Teofimo. First, we have to convince Teofimo to take the fight, which would mean a lot of money. Next thing, you have to have Top Rank willing to risk Teofimo to Devin Haney. The only way they're willing to do that would probably be a long-term deal. Now, Devin Haney has done one long-term deal with Top Rank. After that, there were things said. They might not want to go back and do that, but they might not have a choice. Like I said, if you don't have Ryan, and if you don't have Teofimo, where do you go at 140? You really don't have anything. And who's going to pay for the Super Matias fight on a one-fight deal? I don't think anyone is. So he could go look the PPC route, right, and go look for Super Matias and possibly a tank fight. But like I said, they might not be in the money-wise, it might not make sense to them, and they might not want to be under control of the same promotion that covered that Tank is one of their main guys. Now, this was the Crawford-Spence situation. Crawford never trusted the PBC because he always felt that Spence was their guy. Now, right or wrong, that's just he felt like he was the outside guy in that deal. That's why he was very untrustworthy of what's going on. Now, I don't think that's the best way to attack it business-wise. He's got to get the best deal for yourself. But I think that Haney's going to be in a position now where he can't really play his free agent game. He's going to have to get a long-term deal with someone, and he might have to move up and wait. If he can't get anything on 140, he's going to have to go 147. And if you got to go 147, there's still not a lot of options out there without signing to a major promotion. Now, let's say Teofimo fights Jane Ortiz and he beats him but doesn't get fight Devin Haney next. Where's he going to go? It's not like Top Rank has a bunch of guys because they just lost Jose Ramirez. So he's in a situation where he's going to be looking for a fight. So now Devin Haney would make a lot of sense. But like I said, trying to predict what he's going to do next or how he's going to attack him next is nearly impossible. Now, Tank Davis still is in 135 pounds, but can easily move up and fight any of these guys. I don't expect him to have his name. I mean, he might move up in weight, but I don't expect him to fight any of these guys that we're mentioning right now. Ryan Garcia, if he does fight Romero and somehow gets up his Golden Boy deal, I think there's plenty of matchups to make him a big star. And if you see the direction they would probably want to take him, if he did sign with PBC, would be fights like Rolly Romero, right? Guys that, you know, he would have more of a spotlight on him. They would be able to market him better, but he would also be able to get in matchups that would be interesting, like maybe on paper to like a general audience, but would be favorable matchups for him. He would try to build him that way. He's still young. So there's an interesting spot in the 140-pound landscape, and especially with Ishmael Barroso beating O'Hara Davies today, and now kind of clearing up the Rolly Romero situation, it's all very, very interesting. 140 pounds is hot right now. There's a lot of moving parts, and every decision one fighter makes is going to affect another.